as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Nuggets will kick off their road trip right here.
And this is the first game of a real short road trip for them, so we'll see how their first one goes.
Yeah, being a shorter trip as it is, guys, will win tonight, and they can already call the trip a productive one, no matter what happens the rest of the way.
Pippen with the wide open look. And the three ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Now here's Adams. Out to Brooks. Offline with his three. Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Edwards. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
What a swat by Giannis. Love the force he throws those shots away with.
Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And he sinks the second. Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title. But whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
6 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Denver grabs the miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Oh, here's Edwards. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. To the paint. Outside for Pippen. Over in the corner, Green. Good on the triple.
Hey, when Green is hitting his threes, Jalen is a problem in capital letters.
Here's Giannis. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Pass to Randall. Now Giannis. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
To the middle. Now here's Green. And here's Edwards from the arc. Alvarado grabs the board.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And they call the foul. Also a chance at the line for one more coming up. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. That's on Jalen Green. This is his second trip to the line in this one. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Green, no luck. And so Giannis will bring it up for Denver. They trail by 3.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Now here's Pippen. Pass to Edwards. To the inside. It's Edwards on the wing. That shot, no good.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Here's Pippen. Following the basket by Julius Randle. Edwards can't hit.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Timeout. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Denver calls timeout.
For your Mavericks.
The Mavericks trailing. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the first. Here's Edwards. Oh, he jams it right over Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wow!
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
No one near Randle as he lets it go. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Pippen. Outside Edwards. Lock at 6. And the rejection by Giannis. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Deep 2 from Pippen. And a miss there off the inbound. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Now the Mavericks with it. They trail by 1. Here's Pippen. Outside Edwards. 1 for 3. Here's Williams. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Denver on top as they wrap up the first quarter with... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play.
Timeout.
And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Mark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. They wore me out too, Bart. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out there. Relentlessness. The skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka. Whew. Yeah, don't make my head spin.
And here's Pippen. Outside Edwards. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now, Antetokounmpo to the right side. Back to Randall. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside for Randall. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Mavericks trailed by 3. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
And it's Giannis missing. Now the Mavericks with it. With some arc. Back to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Edwards slashing inside. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in two-point attempts and then dead last, almost dead last in three-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
Edwards with it. He's got 8. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
After a cold first quarter, they've brought up their field goal percentage, trying to build out this lead right now.
Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Here's Pippen. He has 6. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Timeout. Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Mavericks making a switch here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Conley. Here's Drummond. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. 3 on the clock. Green inside the three-point line. The Mavericks rebound. Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Inside. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
You few players get more dunks than Drummond. He's a center who plays like a traditional center, looking to throw it down every chance he gets.
Randall no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Deflects the pass. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Back to Green. On the wing, Green. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Antetokounmpo with the steal. To the wing on the left. Pass to Randall. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, it's Neesmith. Now Alvarado. And here's Randall. His first shot coming late. The Nuggets with another miss.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Down low. Here's Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Jalen Green has some serious hop. Yes, he does.
Here's Yacht. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I can use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Pass to Conley. Three-pointer. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 7. Green with the rebound. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. $20 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Conley's shot is off. Giannis right side. Back to Alvarado. Here's Antetokounmpo. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We come back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. So Giannis will bring it up for Denver. 7-point differential. Antetokounmpo through the contact.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
Conley scanning the floor. Left side, Edwards. Monk outside. And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Assist goes to.
In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Picked by Horford. puts up a deep three. Nice D from Brooks. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Here's Giannis. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Nuggets ball.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 12. Outside for Randall. Clock is at 3. With a tie. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Randall outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Out to Brooks. Here's Nesmith. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Nesmith has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Over in the corner, Edwards. Back to Conley. Kick by Williams. For 3, Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, then he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Got that one up quick. Randall's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Outside, Edwards. Back to Williams. And they force the shot clock violation.
Timeout.
Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. The Nuggets trail.
Substitution on the court.
Giannis outside. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. For the lead. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Andre Drummond picks one up.
You know, no opponent is willing to give Antetokounmpo an easy look. I mean, they want to make it hard on him, and he's going to get bodied up, and he's learned to accept that.
And he has been battling some serious demons at the line tonight. Good to see him finally come through on that trip.
To the middle. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. They get it again. Nesmith can't get it to go.
You will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Green taking his time here. Back to Pippen. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Drummond. Randall with some nice D.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Assisted by.
It's been Giannis's night. His points have come in a variety of ways, and as usual, he has been relentless. Here's
Pippen. They kick it out to Green. They need this. Second chance shot. And that one's good. Drummond's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Back to Pippen. Outside, Green. Over in the corner, Kuminga. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Nuggets leading by 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. Goes back up. Pass to Alvarado. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Back to Randall. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. And it's Pippen in the corner. Outside, Green. To the inside. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Kuminga's got his first 2 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Gets it off. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Nuggets.
32. The Nuggets. 33.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. The short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations, and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the 3. We're good, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Pippen. Pass to Edwards. The kick out to Williams to take the lead. He's off on that one. Denver in the lead. Here's Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, you know, the Greek Freak is extremely versatile. He's a 5-position player and does all of it at an elite level.
Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
And here is Antetokounmpo. Randall left side. And that one, good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And you don't see that kind of quickness from your bigs very often. Randall with great hands there.
Pass to Green. Outside Williams. They kick it out to Green. Just 4 to shoot. To take the lead. That shot off. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Williams picks him up. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Drops in the layup for 2. Randall's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nuggets. Left side, Williams. Pippen feeling it out a bit. They kick it out to Green. Inside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
Outside, Edwards. Poked away. And again, Dallas turns it over. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good D by Drummond. Mavericks trailed by 6. Outside, Green. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Edwards. Trying to get something going. Nice D from Brooks. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Giannis says, get off me!
Assist ball.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issues defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Nuggets.
Pass to Brooks. And it's Randall, top of the key. Brown is with it. Off target at the rim. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Edwards can't hit. Denver leading by 8. Giannis slashing. Here's Alvarado. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Alvarado's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. That was something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been of benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
And it's Drummond missing. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Antetokounmpo. That's a 2-pointer. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got 18 points now here in the second half. Outside, Edwards. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Pulls it up. Offensive rebound. Fades away. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Back to Alvarado. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beal gets a wide open look. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. I'm just not sure they have the time to pull this one off.
No doubt the clock is their biggest enemy right now. It just about take a magic trick for them to find the points they need.
That's a 3-second
And so it's
violation.
going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Aaron Neesmith. One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.